Good evening. Namaste. I welcome you all into this weekly webinar series called VICHAR. VICHAR is an initiative of FIAV, Federations of Indian Associations of Victoria. My name is Surya Soni. I'm past president of FIAV and current trustee of AICCT. The purpose of this initiative is to bring all community members from Victoria to come share their knowledge. Once we share our knowledge, exchange our knowledge with each other, we'll grow as a whole community as a whole. With that note, I welcome our speaker today, Renu Jaju ji. Welcome, Renu ji.
Thank you.
I've known you for more than a decade, and you've been supporting community and helping a lot of community members for many years. And I also request and welcome Poonam Baheti ji to introduce our speaker today. Over to you, Poonam ji.
Thank you, Surya ji. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the country on which we meet today and pay my respect to elders past and present and all the emerging. And I really welcome this idea. This is a great forum for the Victorians and for us to be here and present our views and opinions, and of course provide this insight to our community. So thanks, Suryaji, for initiating this. Unfortunately, I haven't been the most proactive member for you, but I'm glad I'm able to help you here today. Having said that, as you know, Renu, from last 10 years, I also know Renu pretty much for more than 10 years, and Renu has been a very dear friend of mine. I don't know, it's very hard to introduce Renu so quickly and in such a short form. She is full of life. She has a very enchanting smile. I mean, you all will observe that very, shortly, and she's charismatic overall. But overall, Renu is also a CA by profession, and she has been practicing chartered accountancy in Australia from last 10 years. And she moved to Australia from, pretty much 15 years ago. Having said that, she's embedded herself into career, but she's so passionate that she has so much more to add to her life. And outside of work, Renu is someone who truly loves doing many more things like cooking, playing badminton, going for long walk with friends. In fact, she has been on walk with us, four of us, for a mental health walk for Coast Direct for 30 kilometers. And she has also done a push-up challenge for mental health. And now currently she's actually training herself for first marathon in October. I guess having worked in all these, initiatives for mental health, she has actually had the curiosity. Something has sparked in her mind as to what does it mean to really support, not just by doing these activities, but by actually doing something proactively for the community, where the mental well-being is such an important element for us. She started reading and learning more about mental health and emotional well-being, and that's when she discovered positive psychology. What started as a personal interest quickly became a passion for her. She went on to become a certified applied positive psychologist and also became a certified resilience trainer. And ever since, she has been on a mission to share practical science backed tools to help people become more resilient and thrive in their everyday lives. Without any further ado, I would like to ask Renu to start presenting on Foundation on Resilience and Building a Stronger You. Welcome, Renu.
Thank you, Poonam. Thank you so much for such a wonderful and lovely introduction. I could not have done a better job for myself. Thank you, Suryaji, for having me and giving me a platform to share my passion and mission to a wider community. Let's start. Can everyone see?
Yep, it's visible. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing on a Wednesday night? Good or great? Let's start with a quick gratitude flash, wherein each one of us will quickly tell what they're grateful for today in this moment. Something very quick in 10 seconds. What you're grateful for to set the energy and tone for today's session. I would begin for myself. I'm truly grateful for this opportunity to hold this space for all of us together. I would like someone else to go next.
I'm truly grateful to be in company with so many inspiring people in this group right now. Thank you.
I'm not sure my video is not coming on. This is Shilpa here. Hey, Renu. And I'm extremely grateful for the wonderful friendship that we have, and we are here to support each other. And I think that's the most thing that I'm grateful right now and forever.
I guess I can go next very quickly. I'm really grateful for for this opportunity that has been given to me to introduce Renu on this program. So thanks, Suryaji, for doing that.
Hi, this is Shilpa Tare. And I think I'm very grateful to Renu for discussing this topic about mental health and also about talking about resilience. I think it is a very important topic which is ignored by most of the people till they actually experience something difficult in their life. And I'm really grateful to Renu for discussing this. Thank you.
Yep, back to you, Renu.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I applaud you all for sharing your gratitudes. In doing so, you have not only centered yourselves, but also helped uplift the energy of this space overall. Let's start. Can anyone guess and tell what is this?
I believe it's suspension, the car.
It is car suspension system. Now, most of us here, we all drive cars. We all know the basic components of car, like a steering wheel, tire, brakes, accelerator. But do we know what is a car suspension and why it matters in a car? The car suspension system is one of the most critical parts of any vehicle. It connects wheels of cars to its body and plays a vital role in keeping the ride smooth, safe, and stable. Its main functions are absorbing shocks from uneven roads, potholes, and speed bumps, maintaining control and ensuring stability of a vehicle. Without it, even the best of the vehicles would give you a bumpy and potentially dangerous ride. In fact, one of the reasons why luxury cars feel so smooth when you drive them, is because they use advanced air suspension systems to absorb more impact and maintain balance. Now, knowing what you know about air suspension systems now, would you be comfortable driving a car without an air suspension system? I think most of you would say no. Now that you all know a lot about air suspension system, let's make the connection. Why did we start with knowing about the car suspension systems? Resilience. Resilience is like your inner shock absorber. Just like a shock absorber softens the physical jolts in a car, resilience cushions the emotional and psychological impact of life's challenges. It's your internal system that helps you cope with stress, regain balance, and ultimately thrive, not just survive. In essence, resilience is what keeps you going when life gets tough. And today, we'll explore how to build and strengthen this system so you can handle life's bumps with greater ease, strength, and confidence. Ready to hit the road? Let's begin. Resilience. In today's rapidly changing world, filled with uncertainty, complexity, and rising levels of stress, resilience has become an essential skill, not a luxury. It helps us stay grounded in the face of challenges and adapt with stress in a better way. Research shows that building resilience can protect us against mental health issues like anxiety and depression, reduces the impact of stress on both body and mind, and hence overall well-being and recovery after the setbacks. But knowing all about resilience, let's be clear. Developing resilience does not stop life's challenges from happening or showing up. Instead, it helps reduce the disruptions those challenges cause and shortens the time frame it takes us for bouncing back. Remember the shock absorber analogy we just discussed? You wouldn't drive a vehicle without them. The ride would be rough, unstable, and dangerous. So, would you live a life without resilience, live on a default settings, or put on conscious effort in building more resilience? The good news is resilience is not fixed, it's a learnable skill set. Let's explore how. Okay, now that we have understood what is resilience and why it matters, before we establish the link between stress and resilience, let's briefly understand what stress is and what are its impacts. Stress is a feeling or experience that arises when the demand placed on an individual exceeds their perceived ability to cope or manage those demands. In other words, when the capacity to handle a situation is less than the demand placed upon it, the stress can occur. It is important to note that stress is subjective. The same situation that can be stressful to someone may not be stressful to someone else. Let me share my personal experience. I recently started going to gym, and lifting a 10-kilo weight is a bit of challenge for me. Whereas I see some other females of the similar age group can easily and effortlessly lift 50 kilos of weight. Not because they have any special powers, but because they have been training more and longer than me. With more practice I will be able to lift the same weight as well. So it's all about putting in the hard work and the practice. Stress can stem from external pressures or the internal self-talk. External stresses could include major life changes, marriage, kids, work-related issues, financial problems, relationship difficulties, health concerns. Internal stresses can arise from negative self-talk, unrealistic expectations from ourselves, self-worries. Impacts of stress are very widespread. Stress impacts physical health, mental health, and behavioral health. In terms of physical health, chronic stress can contribute to high blood pressure, heart disease, and stroke. Stress can cause digestive issues. Stress can cause muscle tensions, headaches, and aches and pains. Stress weakens your immune system. Stress can Stress can cause fatigue, sleep disturbances. Mental impacts of stress, anxiety and depression. Stress can lead to irritability, anger, frustration. Cognitively, stress can impact your concentration. Stress can lead to hopelessness, worry. Behaviorally, stress can disturb your sleep. Stress can lead you to substance use. Stress can lead to heaps and heaps of impacts on your life. If we were to believe some of the reports, 60 to 70% of all the hospital visits, be it GP or specialist, have some or the other root cause which starts from the stress. Now that we have understood about resilience and stress, let's make the connection between stress and resilience. Stress is equal to pressure by resilience. So what is the pressure? Pressure is the external demand that life places on us. It's everything from deadlines at work, health issues, losing a loved one, financial stress, relationship problems, breakups, job uncertainty, anything that's outside of your control. The life situations that happens to us. Resilience is your internal strength, the way we think, feel, act in response to the external pressures. So the external pressure is something that happens to us, Resilience is what we bring to the situation. It's the buffer between life's pressures and our stress response. So, what does this equation teaches us about stress and resilience? The greater your resilience, the lower your stress, the lower your resilience, the greater the stress is. The stress is something inevitable in today's fast paced world. You cannot eliminate it completely, but you can reduce how it affects you. This picture perfectly sums up what we have discussed. More negative experiences in life will make you less resilient. More positive experiences in life will make you more resilient. So, the pressures or the outside situations which are not under your control is something we cannot change. All you can do is increase your positive experiences and social support in life to help you become more resilient. Now, let's do a quick recap about what we have learned so far about resilience, stress, and resilience and stress. Resilience is a skill and not a fixed trait you're born with. Resilience is like a muscle. More you train, stronger and better it gets. Remember that personal example I gave you about my gym visit? It's just like a muscle. It will get stronger with more practice. Resilience is not a one-dimensional concept. It's a multifaceted construct composed of different elements. Resilience is not one specific skill. It's a set of resources and skills that promotes effective problem solving, adaptability, positive coping, self-regulation, and social support. Building resilience is a process, not a performance. Skills required for resilience are focused on the components of PERMA-V, which serves as the building blocks for resilience. What is PERMA-V? PERMA-V are the 6 core components in the field of positive psychology, where P stands for positive emotions. This refers to experiencing joy, gratitude, hope, love, and other pleasant feelings. Positive emotions help broaden our perspective and build psychological resources. Some of the examples how we can feel more positive emotions: watching a funny video and laughing out loud, feeling grateful after receiving a thank you note from a friend, feeling in awe while watching a beautiful sunset or scenic locations. So we have to aim to increase more and more positive emotional experiences in our life, where E stands for engagement. Engagement is about being fully absorbed in activities where time seems to stop, also known as flow. These are the moments where your skills perfectly match the challenging task that you're doing. Examples of how we can be in the flow in the moment is like a musician could be completely immersed while composing a music, a child while focusing or playing a Lego set, a coder so engaged in solving a programming task that they forget to eat. So we should aim to pursue some hobbies outside the work where we find the moments of flow. R stands for relationships. Strong, healthy relationships with family, friends, colleagues, and community are essential for well being. Positive social connections provide support, love, and meaning. Spending quality time with loved ones over dinner, sharing good news with a friend, and celebrating together, reaching out to help a colleague when they are going through a tough time could help us build stronger relationships. Meaning. M is about Meaning is about belonging and serving something greater than oneself. It's the sense that life has purpose, often tied to values, spirituality, or contributing to others. Volunteering for a cause that aligns with your values could help you find meaning in life. Being part of a faith or a cultural community can help us find meaning. A teacher feeling fulfilled by shaping the future of young kids find meanings in their job. A stands for accomplishment. This is a sense of achievement or success from working towards reaching goals. Accomplishment builds confidence and self efficacy. Completing a personal fitness challenge like a 10K run or a 20K walk, graduating from a university after years of hard work, learning a new skill, language, or playing an instrument could help you accomplish some goals that adds self-efficacy in our life. V here stands for vitality. Vitality refers to physical health, energy, and the sense of being alive. It includes good nutrition, sleep, exercise, and self care, all crucial for sustaining the aspects of well being. Sleeping 7 to 8 hours regularly and waking up feel refreshed. Taking a walk in nature to boost both physical and mental health. These are all the core components of well being and resilience. We can use different strategies and interventions from each block of PERMA-V to help build resilience. Now that you have all been listening for a while, can we do some activities? Has everyone got some paper and pen handy?
Yep.
We'll explore some of the basic positive psychology interventions. Maybe I would like you to, on your paper, if you can just draw 6 of the columns like this, wherein you write natural, enjoy, value, guilty, or situations, just write the top line, and we can discuss each one by one, all the exercises, and then you can put your scores in each column. We'll discuss the exercises, just write the top line, and when we discuss, you can score your. Now let's consider, I'll explain each of the activities. Let's consider if you have to engage in all these activities for a longer period of time on a week-to-week basis, how would you score those activities? On these 5 different dimensions of natural, enjoyment, value, guilt, and situation. You can score them on this 7-point scale to rate each of the activities. 1 being you don't enjoy it at all, not at all. 4 could be somewhat, and 7 is you enjoy it a lot. Natural meaning you'll keep doing that activity because it feels natural to you. You'll be able to stick to it. Enjoyment could be I keep doing this activity because I'll enjoy doing it. I find it interesting and challenging. Value being I'll be doing this activity because I'll value and identify with doing it. I'll do it even if you do not enjoy it. It could be like a physical exercise. Like not everyone naturally enjoyed doing physical activity, but we tend to do it because we value the importance of it. Guilt could be you keep doing this particular activity because otherwise you would feel guilty, ashamed, or anxious if you do not do it. Situation being you would do that particular activity because your situation will compel you to do so, or someone else is forcing you to do so.
Sorry, all these emotions are exclusive, isn't it? You are natural in something, you enjoy other
Yes, but
things.
that's when, because there are different activities and every individual is different. So we
Okay.
have to find which activities are more suited to us, and we can explore doing that more and more to help
Yep.
us become more resilient. Not
So-
everything is going to suit everyone. Gratitude being known to be a very good positive psychology intervention, but it may not work for everyone. Coping may not work for everyone. So we have to find out which are the best fit activity for us.
So is it also determining our personality in that case?
Yes, it's based on your personality, your interests, your values as an individual.
Yep.
That's why this activity is called Person Activity Fit Diagnostic. It's been adapted from a book called How of Happiness. So say the first activity is expressing gratitude. Are you good at counting your blessings and feel grateful for in every moment? Do you naturally do it? How much would you score the gratitude exercise in that column? Natural, 1 being not at all, 7 being very much. How would you rate the gratitude on the second column, which is value or the situation of guilty? You have to score your exercise in all the 5 columns: natural, enjoy, value, guilt, and situation.
So that was my question. They are all exclusive. Like if I talk about gratitude, either I'm natural or I enjoy it, but I can't be guilty or situational about it.
Yes, so there is a method to find out the score. It's not a straightforward just adding up the score. There's a different way to come out to the final score. Right now, if you can just all rank all these activities based on this scale of 1 to 7.
Okay.
Someone could be good at being grateful, someone may not be. Someone could be good at performing acts of kindness, someone may not be. So you have to see if you're natural, or like gratitude is something may not come forcefully, but yeah, you have to just rank it. So you can rank it as 2, maybe no. You won't be feeling grateful for by guilty or by compelling some. If someone is compelling you to, you cannot feel grateful for. But some of the other activities like physical health, we could be like, even if someone is forcing you to, like if your friend is going together, or if they're just asking you or motivating you, then you would, even if situation compels you, or even if your personal trainer calls you, you would go there. So the second being cultivating optimism. Are you able to see positive and have a positive thinking when different kind of situation hits you? So is it something that is natural to you to see the positive light in every situation? Is it something you would feel you value that optimism, saying that okay, being positive in situation helps you overcome based on your past experiences? Avoid overthinking and social comparison. Are you able to avoid social comparisons? Are you good at it? Like if there are 2 friends, one friend could naturally compare themselves with someone else who owns a bigger house or a bigger car, but the other person may not feel anything bad about it. It's okay. Everyone's journey is different. Everyone's journey has a different timeline. But 2 different individuals can react, would have a different scoring for these things. Someone is good at avoiding social comparison, someone is not. Performing acts of kindness. Kindness is known to be one of the biggest positive psychology interventions, doing good things for others, whether friends or strangers, either directly or anonymously. It helps us boost the positive emotions. So if you can rate the practicing acts of kindness on all those 5 components: natural, value, guilt, situation. The 5th being nurturing social relationships. Making a relationships in need of strengthening. Are you able to invest time and energy into your relationships? And do you really enjoy doing that? Going to the social gatherings, is it something natural to you? Some people naturally like to go out and meet new people and they enjoy the company of people. For some people, going out to a social gathering could be a task and they may not want to do it, but they're just compelled to do it because their partner is going or because someone is invited and they just could not say no. So is it something natural to you, or is it something you're forced to do it? The 6th intervention is developing strategies for coping. Do you have a strategies for coping, and are you able to follow through it? Are you able to manage your stress, hardships, and trauma through the strategies that you may have developed through your experiences? Learning to forgive. Forgiving, as they say, forgiving is not for the other people. Forgiving is for yourself, to have your own peace of mind and sanity. Are you able to forgive people? Forgiving is not forgetting, but are you able to forgive people and be peaceful within yourself? Number 8 is increasing the flow experiences. Do you have a lot of activities outside of your work that helps you be in the situation of flow? Like could be drawing, painting, music, photography, learning, reading, volunteering. These are the activities that could help you increase your flow experiences. Do you have many such experiences that help you being in the state of flow? Is that something naturally you're so good at some activities like reading that you just lose the sense of time while doing that thing? The 9th is savoring. Savoring is not just for the food, savoring could be for the life's joys as well. Paying close attention, taking delight in replaying life's momentary pleasures and wonders. Like just going through your photos in your phone. If you come across some photos, do you take a moment to remember that particular moment and savor that moments of joys that you may have spent with family or friends together that helps build positive emotions in our life? How would you rate the experiences of savoring on all those 5 criterias? The next one up is goals. Committing to your goals. Do you have some significant goals where you're able to commit and stick through it? It could be physical goals, it could be emotional goals, something that is meaningful to you as a person. 11th is about practicing religion and spirituality, becoming more involved in your church, temple, or mosque, and learning more about the spirituality. Is it something that is natural to you or not? Just if you can rate these experiences on all those 5 activities. And the last is about taking care of your body, doing everything and anything that helps your body feel good within itself. If you can rate that. For scoring, what we do is we add up the score for natural, enjoy, and value, and then divide it by 3. And we add up the score in the column guilty and situation and then divide it by 2. And then in the end, you do positive sum, the total from this column minus total from this column. So that becomes your total score that for that particular activity. This exercise will help you find 3 or 4 such activities which you're really good at. And you should continue to pursue more of such activities, spend more time doing those activities. So if you have the scores and if someone would like to share, that would be great. If not, I would still recommend you to do this activity when you can after we finish this.
Yep, it's a continuous, I think I would say it's a continuous process. It's a template for us to keep reinventing ourselves with the positive experiences in our life.
Yes.
I think, Renu, what you're trying to highlight here is really trying to identify your strength.
Yes.
And pretty much then work towards those strengths in those movements, which are basically your resilience. You're really calling out these qualities as part of your resilience. And let's say if I'm good at practicing, or I'm good at setting up goals, I should be really just focusing on them, because that's my resilience scorecard, and that I need to just hold on to those anchors.
Yes, absolutely. So before we do that, first we have to figure out what are your strengths and what you're good at, and that would help you progress your journey in that direction.
So basically, the goal is to move from right to left, from situation and guilty to value and enjoy and become natural about it.
Not everyone becomes natural at everything, but some of the skills are natural to you. Some of the skills you may just learn and you start enjoying it. May not be a natural skill set, but you start enjoying. Say learning music, I may not be naturally good at it, but when you start playing an instrument, you start enjoying it. Some of the things you start valuing, like the home cooked food or doing physical activity, You do that because you value that particular activity. You know that it's really important for us, whether you enjoy cooking or not, but you would still do that because you value the importance of nutrition.
Basically, we have to start by putting ourselves into the situation and feel guilty about it if we don't do it. And gradually progress, start valuing it if we once we're into it, and then we'll.
Yes, you can. I'm not for most things you can, but not for everything you can.
Yep.
If you can pick at least 3 or 4 activities which you are really good at, and then try to progress for the other activities from guilty to value and then enjoy. If we can, that would be great for us. And that's it kind of from me. So if anyone has anything.
Any questions from the audience?
These are some handy tips for resilience. And they're easier to remember as well, if you like. Wherein R stands to remain positive. Look forward to the future. Think of what you want from life. E is to establish realistic and achievable goals. S stands for strategies. I would stand for identify your strengths and be confident in yourself. L stands for learning from experiences. I stands for introducing a positive way of thinking. Focus on the good things in life. E stands for enjoying. Enjoy, make time to do the things that you enjoy. N stands for need, take care of yourself, keep healthy and fit, connect with healthy relationships. E is for embracing change. These are just handy tips that could just help you remember the resilience. And
Thank you so much.
thank you so much.
Do you want to talk about your initiative, this revamp well-being? What is that initiative you're working on?
Okay, revamp well-being is just all about teaching the skills through the blocks of PERMA-V, which I explained. And revamp, if you jumble it up, it's a combinations from the PERMA-V. Revamp, R stands for relationship, E for engagement, V for vitality, A for accomplishment, and for meaning, and P for positive emotions. And how we can become more resilient by experiences, this emotions, and these activities. And within this individual blocks, there are various activities, and there are small little things that we can do. These are all the skills, but then all these things would take time. They are not like if you just learn today and you'll start becoming positive from tomorrow onwards. If that's not your core nature, that will take time. But it's like it's a skill, so you have to practice, keep practicing, find those small little moments of feeling positive. Find those moments where you can be engaged into the activity. You have to put in the efforts for the small little things.
Yep. And we hear about this word resilience in everyday life from kids and everywhere, but it's very hard to practice. And what are the common issues? How does the ego come into picture here?
I'm not sure about how does ego comes into the picture. It's just about first thing what I believe is we have to understand if we think something is important to us, we tend to do it. Like say going to your work. Some people love their job, some people don't. Some people absolutely hate their job. But you still show up to your work every single day because in your mind you absolutely believe that's really important for you to go to your work because that would help you pay for your bills. Whether you like your job or you hate your job, you still do that work. It's the same thing. Once we believe that these skills, developing these skills or doing anything is important in our life, if it becomes the core value to us, it is, if your core believes it's important to you, you would find time and you would do those things. It's not difficult, it's just that believe that it's important to you.
Yep. Any questions from the audience? Sarvesh?
Like I was involved with some of the faith group, like interfaith, intercultural groups. And the main thing with the people with the old age or with a particular community, like resilience is like the way you explain to us, because we have the way we have grown up, we could able to understand it. But are there any modules you're thinking to develop, or are anything that exists in the literature or in the practice where we can have the cultural sensitive mental health or resilience related topics to be developed for that particular group? Like just by one example, so like I will, like if I have an issue, so the stories that we have grown up by listening or hearing, so that I will find the solution much better, quicker, if I've been told by those stories or the background I have come from. So it is more about the cultural specific mental health modules or courses. Are you able to get it? What I'm trying to say?
Maybe not 100%.
Yeah. So it is more like if you're trying to provide a solution to someone or trying to help with someone, or
Mhm.
specifically into the mental health space, and
Mhm.
especially for the immigrant communities, or the first generation immigrants.
Mhm.
For us, our background and the way we grew up in some part of India, then some part here. So
Mhm.
our mental makeup is the stories that we heard, or the life that we have grown up, or the people we have been with most of our time in our lifespan in Australia or in India. So
Mhm.
when we provide a solution for particular mental, like even the motivational stories or some mental health issues.
Mhm.
So are there any groups that you know, or someone who would be working on the modules? Those are specific to the cultural groups. Like we tell them stories of Mahabharata and Ramayana to
Mhm.
motivate our kids sometime,
Mhm.
or tell some other stories. So
Mhm.
those kind of modules, because we work in a community group here in Vitalsi. It's called Vitalsi Interfaith Network. So I was thinking to develop and provide something to them where we have a mental health support based on the cultural specific mental health support,
I
especially
personally
for
am
the
not aware
immigrant.
of such things, but the Mental Health Foundation of Australia do have a cultural in during the Mental Health Awareness Month in October. They do have some activities or some sessions on this topic of cultural differences or how to interact with people from different cultures and help support them in their journey of better mental health. They do have some resources on their website.
Okay, perfect.
Maybe I'll bring somebody from MHFA next time,
Yeah, they
Sarvesh.
do have some good resources
Yeah.
and they do have some webinars during the month of October on a very similar topic.
Okay, yeah. Because now we are finding like parents are staying for longer period now, like some family 10 years or 8 years they are with here.
Mhm.
So their issues are very different. Like our generation is hard to understand the people those has brought their parents here and what they are going through, or how to get those things out from them.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, no, but it's good to start to have the debate on this topic, and same time what you presented it, like I really learned few of the things that I do, but I didn't know that these are theoretically right. So I really felt for good for myself.
That's
But
good.
for some of the things, when you see it written, then you see, oh, I'm doing this thing right.
That's good. I'm glad to know.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sarvesh. Request Hemantji to unmute and ask your question or make some comment. Yeah.
Renu ji, Jaju ji, excellent talk. But I'm at the other end. I'm looking at the point of view that is, dukh mein sab hari ko bhaje, sukh mein bhaje na koe. That sort of way I'm thinking. That is, within the society, if you see present, that is the way it is getting structured, the parenting or educational system or the social friendships, having the communication with each other. These sort of things are really in question nowadays. That is, everyone, if you say, are enjoying here. if you see that is every week, there is something that is people have a very good time. Materialistically, they are doing very well. And suddenly they find that is there is some sort of problem, that is they can't stand with no. How to handle the question of no, that is you are not going to get it. And that sort of thing is never taught at the parenting level. So that is what I am thinking about it, but your talk is excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hemantji. I would request more audience to ask more questions or comment on this current topic of resilience or your personal experiences practicing resilience in day-to-day life. Anyone from the audience? So Hemantji made a very good point, Renuji, is that, and that is what we learn in our Indian cultural thing as well, is that the true character of a person is seen in difficult situation.
Mhm.
So maybe in general, and it's always good idea to test our own limits and test our own true character by putting ourselves into difficult situations. Is that a recommended thing? Difficult in the sense, challenging, finding our what are or good at or bad at kind of situation. Basically, would you recommend such alternative experiences we do in life? What do you recommend?
We can. I mean, you cannot put yourself into stressful situation on purpose, but your life gives you plenty of opportunities to experience those situations. If we can learn from those experiences and come out stronger, that definitely helps us. You only become resilient only when you face a stressful situation. You do not become resilient without putting yourself into those situations. But we do not have to put ourselves on purpose. Life will give you enough opportunities. It's just we have to learn and learn from your experiences, to not put yourself again and again into the similar situations. Learn and grow from it.
Yep. Thank you. Any other question from the audience, or anybody want to share their experiences for practicing resilience?
I just want to thank Renu for doing such an amazing presentation for us and talking through PERMA-V and all those, things that we can start implementing in our day-to-day lives. Thanks, Renu.
Thank you so much.
So what we'll do is we'll share this presentation, Renuji, if you don't mind sharing.
Sure.
In the group, and we can always reflect and practice it and from time to time. And this definitely gives us a framework of thinking. As Sarveshji said, that sometimes we do it naturally or we do it unconsciously. And then if with this thoughtful, well-researched areas of topic, then we can always reflect on it on time to time and help our family be more resilient as well using this framework.
Sure.
Final call from the audience. If there are no questions, we can finish our webinar on time today. Yep. Poonamji.
Nope, all good. Yeah.
Yep. So with that note, thank you so much, Renuji, for a wonderful presentation on a very short notice. And you have done a lot of research, and we wish you well for your revamp well-being program. And we have shared your YouTube channel link in the initial promotion material as well. So I request all the audience to like and subscribe to her YouTube channel. And at the same time, those who are watching this webinar on YouTube, please like and subscribe. That means a lot. And with that note, we'll come again and we'll meet again next Wednesday with a new interesting topic. Thank you so much, Renuji, once again for your time and presentation on resilience.
Goodbye.
All
Thank
right.
you everyone for joining in.
Good night, all. Thank you. Bye.